In the vast landscapes of Asia, hidden in fields, forests, and even near our homes, lives one of nature's most misunderstood yet remarkable creatures, the rat snake. Calm, alert, and ever watchful, the rat snake is a non-venomous constrictor that plays a silent but vital role in the balance of our ecosystem. Although harmless to humans, this snake has developed an unfair reputation, feared, chased, and too often killed, despite being one of our greatest allies in controlling pests. The rat snake belongs to the Colubridae family, one of the largest snake families in the world. Its scientific name varies depending on the region, with species like Tyas mucosa, commonly called the oriental rat snake, found widely across South and Southeast Asia. From the rice fields of India to the dense forests of Thailand, rat snakes have adapted to thrive in a variety of habitats. Long, slender, and elegant, rat snakes can grow impressively large. Adults often reach lengths of 6 to 8 feet, while some exceptional individuals may exceed 10 feet, making them one of the longest snakes in Asia. Their coloration varies depending on geography. In India, they may appear yellowish-brown or olive green, while in other regions they display black, gray, or even a golden hue. Their bellies are lighter, usually pale yellow or off-white, and their scales are smooth, giving them a glossy, polished look. Their large round eyes with round pupils reflect their diurnal lifestyle, as rat snakes are primarily active during the day. Despite their intimidating size, rat snakes are non-venomous and generally shy by nature. When threatened, however, they do not hesitate to defend themselves. They may hiss loudly, inflate their bodies, and even mimic a cobra bee.
The rat snake, though often seen as ordinary, hides a life of fascinating complexity. To truly understand this reptile, one must go beyond its role as a hunter and pest controller. The story of the rat snake is also one of adaptation, intelligence, and survival strategies honed over millions of years. Unlike venomous snakes that rely on chemical warfare, rat snakes rely on stealth, speed, and raw muscular power. Their bodies are built for both agility and endurance. With powerful muscles that ripple beneath their smooth scales, they can strike with startling speed or glide silently across open fields, almost undetected. When alarmed, they can accelerate quickly, moving at surprising bursts of speed that make them one of the fastest snakes in Asia. Their sensory abilities are equally remarkable. Like all snakes, rat snakes use their forked tongue to sample chemical particles in the air, delivering them to a specialized organ in the roof of the mouth known as the Jacobson's organ. This allows them to track prey with near-perfect precision, following invisible scent trails left by rodents. Combined with their excellent vision and sensitivity to vibrations on the ground, the rat snake becomes an efficient predator in both daylight and twilight. Rat snakes are also excellent climbers. Using their strong belly muscles and scales, they can ascend vertical tree trunks, stone walls, and even the beams of human houses. It is not uncommon for them to slip silently into rooftops or attics in search of rats, often to the alarm of unsuspecting people. Yet, in truth, their presence is a natural pest control service, eliminating rodents that might otherwise destroy food stores or spread disease. In water, they show another hidden skill. Rat snakes are competent swimmers. With graceful undulations, they move smoothly across ponds, rivers, and irrigation canals, hunting frogs, fish, or simply traveling between habitats. This amphibious ability gives them a survival edge, allowing them to move through diverse environments with ease. While they avoid humans whenever possible, rat snakes often become victims of mistaken identity. Their tendency to flatten their heads and spread their neck when threatened can make them resemble cobras, especially to an untrained eye. This mimicry, though effective against predators in the wild, often backfires around humans, leading to unnecessary killing. Ironically, the behavior designed to save them is often what seals their fate. Their importance extends beyond ecology. In traditional rural communities, rat snakes have been the subject of myths, folklore, and superstition. In some cultures, they are believed to guard treasures or sacred places, while in others, they are wrongly associated with omens of misfortune. Yet, in reality, their value is purely practical. By reducing rodent populations, they indirectly safeguard harvests and human health. Rat snakes also exhibit complex interactions with other wildlife. They often compete with mongooses, owls, and other snake species for food. Young rat snakes fall prey to birds of prey, jackals, and feral cats, creating a delicate balance of survival in their environment. Interestingly, when threatened by larger predators, rat snakes may release a foul-smelling musk from their cloacal glands, a powerful deterrent that repels attackers. Another fascinating feature is their adaptability to human-altered landscapes. In agricultural zones, rat snakes take advantage of irrigation canals, rodent-rich fields, and abandoned buildings. In cities, they may be found in gardens, warehouses, or even railway stations, silently coexisting with people who remain unaware of their presence. This extraordinary flexibility ensures their survival in a rapidly changing world. In captivity, rat snakes are known for their intelligence and learning ability. They have been observed recognizing feeding routines and can even adapt their behavior to human presence. Snake rescuers and herpetologists often note their relative calmness compared to other wild snakes, making them one of the most commonly relocated species during rescue operations. Globally, rat snakes form a diverse group, with species extending beyond Asia into North America and Europe. In the United States, species like the eastern rat snake play a similar ecological role, keeping rodent populations in check. Despite differences in appearance and habitat, rat snakes worldwide share common traits: adaptability, resilience, and ecological importance. In evolutionary terms, rat snakes demonstrate how non-venomous constrictors have thrived alongside venomous species. By filling different ecological niches, they avoid direct competition and instead maintain balance within ecosystems. Their survival strategy is not brute force alone, but the ability to live silently, hidden in plain sight, while shaping the environments around them. The rat snake is far more than a rodent hunter. It is a climber of trees, a swimmer of rivers, a survivor of cities, and a vital link in the chain of life. To watch it move, graceful, calculated, and efficient, is to witness millions of years of natural design perfected in one creature. And yet, despite its silent service to humanity, it remains one of the most misunderstood reptiles in the world. When the sun sets and rodents emerge from their burrows, a rat snake has just captured a frog. The strike was swift, the fight brief, and now, the frog hangs motionless in the snake's jaws. There is no frantic escape attempt, no violent kicking against the lawn tiles. The frog has already surrendered to fate. What follows is a spectacle of patience, strength, and design. The snake begins the ancient process of swallowing prey whole. Its jaws open wider than seems possible. Unlike humans, whose jaws are locked by bone, the snake's lower jaw is held by flexible ligaments. Each side can move independently, stretching outward to an extraordinary degree. This adaptation allows it to engulf prey far larger than its own head. The frog's head slides inside first. The snake's teeth, small but sharp, curve backward. They do not tear flesh, but they act as perfect anchors, gripping and pulling the frog deeper with each slow movement. The snake does not chew. Instead, it uses a method called jaw walking. One side of the jaw grips and advances, then the other follows, inching the prey further into its throat. The scene is silent except for the faint friction of scales against lawn-tie. The snake is holding its body to the smooth ground, using its muscles to press downward for leverage. Slowly, the frog is going to disappear. First the head, then the shoulders, then the torso. At last, only the hind legs will remain, dangling limply. With one final powerful contraction, the snake will swallow them too. It will take around 25 to 30 minutes to fully swallow. Later a bulge will be seen in the middle of the snake's body. The hunt will be over in next 30 minutes, but the real work is just going to begin. Inside, the process of digestion begins immediately. The stomach of a rat snake is a remarkable chamber. Powerful hydrochloric acid, combined with enzymes, starts breaking down the frog's soft tissues almost at once. Muscles, skin, and organs dissolve quickly. The snake's metabolism, though slower than warm-blooded animals, is efficient. The energy from this one meal may sustain it for several days. Unlike mammals, snakes are ectodermic. Their body temperature depends on the environment. On a hot day under full sun, digestion would proceed quickly, sometimes completing in less than 2 days. But in this cooler, shaded setting, the process will slow. The acids will still work, but the pace of breakdown will take longer, 3, 4, or even 5 days. The snake conserves energy, lying still, while its body performs the invisible labor of turning prey into sustenance. Inside the snake, the frog's journey continues. Within the first 12 hours, most soft tissue will begin to dissolve. By 24 hours, organs and muscles will be unrecognizable, reduced to liquid form. Bones take longer, often requiring several days before they soften and collapse under the chemical assault. By the end of digestion, almost nothing will remain. Only small fragments of keratin from claws or indigestible material may later be expelled. But this event is not only about one snake and one frog. It is a reflection of the balance of nature, even in the most unexpected places. Rat snakes are non-venomous. They are not dangerous to humans. Instead, they are guardians of balance. In rural homes, farms, and even city gardens, they quietly control populations of rodents, frogs, lizards, and birds. Without them, pests would multiply unchecked. In fact, rat snakes are often called farmers' friends, silently reducing crop loss by keeping rodent numbers low. The frog too is part of this balance. Frogs are vital indicators of environmental health, feeding on insects, many of which are pests to humans. Yet they also become food themselves, forming an essential link in the food chain. The frog on this tiled lawn, though its life ended today, contributes energy to sustain the predator that depends on it. This cycle, prey becoming predator's nourishment, is not cruelty. It is survival. It is the mechanism that has shaped ecosystems for millions of years. Comparisons across species highlight the uniqueness of this moment. A cobra, for example, injects venom to subdue prey before swallowing. A python coils and suffocates its victim before feeding. But the rat snake is different. It relies only on speed, strength, and patience. It seizes, holds, and swallows alive or freshly subdued. No venom, no constriction, only efficiency. Soon, back on the shaded lawn, the snake will lie still. Its body will be heavier, its movements will be slower. The bulge of the frog will stand out clearly. For the next few days, the snake will avoid unnecessary exertion. It will seek safety in crevice, shrubs, or shaded corners, giving its body time to extract every ounce of energy from its meal. This process of rest after feeding also protects the snake. Moving too much could expose it to predators, mongooses, large birds, or even humans. By lying quietly, blending with its surroundings, the snake remains hidden. Its camouflage is its greatest defense. Here is a story as old as life itself. A story of hunter and hunted. A story where survival depends on timing, adaptation, and design. As hours turn into days, digestion will run its course. The frog will vanish entirely, transformed into energy, muscle, and movement. The snake will emerge nourished and strong, ready to hunt again when hunger returns. Even in the heart of human settlements, this cycle repeats. In backyards, in gardens, in fields and farms, the eternal rhythm of life continues quietly, often unnoticed. The tiled lawn is not just a human space. It is part of a larger stage where nature writes its own scripts, silent, relentless, and eternal. The rat snake, resting now with its meal inside, is a reminder of that truth. That life persists in every corner. That balance is maintained by unseen players. And that the drama of survival unfolds not only in the wild forests, not only in distant jungles, but also here, in the simplest of places, in the quiet of an afternoon, on the shaded tiles of a home. Thank you for watching. If you want to use this video free for your project, do let us in the comment box.